market update. He looked to get slightly soft for, half an hour or so, Demon Dar, but he has firmed back up now, considering he is the lay of the day here today.
Yeah, indeed, Bernie. He got to 280, and that was as far as we pushed him, and he's been very, very popular. And obviously the punters that backed the second winner at Rose Hill, Boys Night Out, they've jumped onto the second lay of the day. Demon Darb into 250, holds 66% of all bets. So he's a very, very popular favourite, and they've backed him to the exclusion of all other runners. Second most popular is Anne McCoray, and then it really falls away. So despite being the tableau of the day, the punters disagree. This is very, very well backed. Let's get to your caller for the first at Eagle Farm, David Fowler.
We're just about ready for the first. Quoth Quan goes in, and the Drover will be the last runner to move up. Number 7, Demon Darb, is the $2.50 tab fix favourite for the opener on Derby Day. The Drover goes up. They're set at the mile start. Starter switches on the red light, ready to jump. All set. Line looks good. Racing. They jumped at an even line. Step on Fire. The long shot began well with Demon Darb. Sabaka's breaking out of the ruck. Typhoon Tip showing early speed, and Eaglemont is right up there early. Sizzling Gal not too far away. Quoth Quan pushing forward. Demon Darb, after the even getaway, drifts back to midfield. And he is 3 wide around Step on Fire. And Victory Win goes up inside that pair. 2 to Adam McCoray. Then Felix the Scat and the Drover settles in last position. They travel down the back. 1100 left to run. Sabak with the big waiters going keenly up front. The leaders 4 lengths. Typhoon Tip in second. 2 to Eaglemont third. And Space Age getting a good run fourth on the rail. 2 lengths away then came Quoth Quan outside of Sizzling Gal. About 2.5 to Demon Darb. He's got it a little closer to the rail now. At the halfway mark, he's travelling 6th. 1 off the fence, 8 off the lead. Travelling on his inside was Victory Win. 2 behind that pair, Felix the Scat. Then Adam McCoray. Step on Fire gone already, and the Drover was last. Down below the 600 metres, Sabaka's gone strongly in front. Coming back to them now. The lead coming to the turn was 2.5. Typhoon Tip, the first challenger. Space Age railing to third around the bend. Quoth Quad now presenting out 3 and 4 wide that Eaglemont. Demon Darb swiftly to the picture. Starts to run on generously. Wider was Felix the Scatter. The Drover was even deeper. Soon afterwards, Berry hasn't really even hit the go button yet. Now he does with Demon Darb. And favourite backers cheer and say, go Demon Darb. And Demon Darb went. He went right away from them. 100 to go. Favourites home in the first of the farm. Battling out the minors, Quoth Quan and Adam McCoray, but Demon Darb revelling in the conditions, won by 4.5 from Adam McCoray. Quoth Quan, Photo 4th, Victory Win on the Drover, then Typhoon Tip, Space Age, Sizzling Gal, Felix the Scat, Eaglemont. Oh, they're coming in at long intervals. Sabaka, Weary second last, and Step on Fire last over the line.
7, 8 and 10, and it's close for 4th. I think Victory Win or the Drover, but that was just nice and easy for favourite supporters. Demon Darb, written by Tommy Berry, trained by Rob Heathcote. Gets the cash in the first.
Yeah, one act affair, wasn't it? He just absolutely revelled in it. So we'll check out those times and make an assessment of the track, but when they were spread out over a long distance getting the line there, it says it's pretty testing, but that was set up by Sabak, who bolted in front, so it made it tough. But, geez, you won't see an easier win than that today, that's for sure.
All right, what a magnificent start to the day, not only for trainer Rob Heathcote and his connections, but also favourite backers with the hot favourite home here in the first. Well done, Rob.
Well, that's why you're on the microphone and not the guys from TAB, the lay of the day, eh?
Yeah, their lay of the day, my special of the day.
Well, that's why you're there.
Well, sometimes a squirrel finds a nut. He relished the condition.
Yeah, he did. I mean, Tommy said the other day when the horse of Matty Duns beat him, he felt he had his measure coming to the home turn, but when he went from his wheels spun. But today on that Eagle Farm sand-based track, he got traction and went away.
And you would even say, for him, that was the best he's ever looked in the yard.
Yeah, he did. And look, he's super. And, Justin Anderson, my track work rider, loves him. He got off him on Tuesday and said they won't beat him this time.
What else have you got for us today?
Well, that's it for me. Unfortunately, old Rothfire, I wanted him here today, but he stood on a stone, and we've got to fight like mad now to get him here for the Stratty.
We look forward to him hopefully making a full recovery. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
All right, let's have a chat now with winning jockey Tommy Berry. What a beautiful patient ride we got. He wasn't going to be involved in any of that sort of early rush throughout this race. You were cool, calm and collected and trusted in the Demon Darb.
Yeah, no, well, I got a good feel of him the other day and very confident we were the winner on the corner, but the winner that James was on, he just relished them conditions a bit better than we did. I think he enjoyed being on the big track as well, where he was able to balance up. Like, I sat on him for quite a while and he really gained confidence some more. I had confidence in him. So, look, we expected to be a little bit closer in the run, but there was a bit of a charge to that first corner, which I didn't expect. So, when you draw good barriers, you got options, and we're able to take advantage of that.
Absolutely. Now, weighing up the track here today with some of your other rides?
Yeah, this is the only one I queried on that sort of ground. Anything worse, and horses like Payline and that are really going to enjoy it.
Fantastic. Good start to the day. Well done.
Thanks, Duff.
All right, there is winning jockey Tommy Berry.
And there's Fat Fingers on screen there for Bernie. I'm with number 4, Harbour Master. He's just out of point, $8, out of point late. He just got away from his attendant in the yard, but they picked him up within 10 seconds. So he's pretty solid in the market. I'll go with him over 12, Divine Purpose. She's my knockout chance here at a big price. Winsome Star, I think the setup is good for him. And then number 9, Terra Star.
I am 9, 4, 14 and 1. I'm going with Terra Star with different form here. First up, stayed solid enough for my liking, and I thought she looked okay. I think the danger is Harbour Master, who attracted good support early in the week. 14, Winsome Star, rather solid favourite. It's holding its place in the market, and I thought number 1 looked really well. Redford here, and could be a big improver. 9, 4, 14 and 1.
All right, there is not a lot of movement in the market. Winsome Star has firmed into 440, and there was a little nibble for Red Zeus at one stage. That leaves us with 4 to load, so let's get upstairs to David Fowler for the call of race 2.
No definition to the market here, although Winsome Star now $4.40. So we can describe him as a solid favourite. It's a Charm Deal goes in. Redford in the Aquas colours coming up. Terra Star will be last to load. This race presented by Kilcoy Global Foods. Race 2 at 1,400 metres, and there's the light. A start is imminent. Ready to break. Starter has a last look down the line. No breakers yet. Might be some movement in centre field. Starter still having a look at them. Racing. They came out at 6s and 7s. The favourite Winsome Star was last out, but no real drama there because it drifts back anyway. Super Duck straight to the early lead from It's a Charm Deal, Aerial Dancer. Cherry Rose going forward. Deep Respect 5th away, and Terra Star is planted wide in midfield. Harbour Master off the track as well. Red Zeus and Divine Purpose closer to the inside, and then Lady Shotgun, followed by Redford. Winsome Star third last, the inside of Fat Fingers, and Starry Eyes was last. Heading into that first bend with about 8.50 left to run, Ange Jones has Super Duck travelling smoothly out of the premier position. A length to It's a Charm Deal in second, Aerial Dancer third, the box seat, and Cherry Rose in those bright pink colours, 4th and 3 deep. Deep Respect 5th one off, and trailing 3 wide, Terra Star in midfield. Divine Purpose Park 7th on the fence. Red Zeus to the 3 wide line, and then Harbour Master even wider. Then Lady Shotgun. Winsome Star is hunting along the rail as they come to the turn. Fat Fingers following it. Redford pulled to the centre of the track, and Starry Eyes was last. Fully homeward bound, short of 400 left to Rana, and Super Duck led the way, but there's a swarm of challengers. It's a Charm Deal, Cherry Rose, Aerial Dancer up on the inside. Winsome Star pitching those inside runs. Terra Star and Redford is right down the outside. They are spread across the track. Terra Star briefly reached the lead. Redford's after it gamely, and Harbour Master driving through the centre. 50 to go. Terra Star and Harbour Master. They go to the line. Harbour Master a little too good first up for Terra Star and Redford. Out wide, Starry Eyes. Then Divine Deep Respect, followed by It's a Charm Deal. Super Duck, Divine Purpose, Aerial Dancer. Then Fat Fingers, Lady Shotgun, Red Zeus, Cherry Rose, and Winsome Star got up to the inside, but hit a big brick wall and ran near enough to last.
Well, it looks like 4, 9, 1 and 13. Harbour Master in the last couple of strides. Harbour Master Craig Williams followed Terra Star everywhere she went, and it's likely that he's grabbed her right on the line there on the outside. We just need to wait for the official numbers. And I think Redford, wide out, has done a great job under the 61 kilos to get as close as what he did. And clearly, Ronnie, you can see those first, second, third, fourth are all sort of in the middle part of the track.
Yeah, it was. So Terra Star was wide, no cover the whole way. So she was brave, but was she in the best part of the track? The winner follows her. And did a really good job. You know, both first up on this sort of conditions. So the admirable performances from Harbour Master and Terra Star. Starry Eyes had a little bit of specking at big odds and did a good job running fourth there as well. But all honours the winner. Good training performance. First up, these conditions, too strong.
All right, we'll confirm those numbers in just a moment. We need to get to Kembla Grange.
Alrighty, let's have a chat with our winning trainer, Mark Curry now. Harbour Master was almost an escapee pre-race.
Yeah, he did. They went to lead Craig on and he bucked away and got away from the handler and pulled up.
Did he put in a little buck, did he?
Or he sort of skipped away a bit.
Very cheeky, and he was just as cheeky inside the last 50 there.
He was. He kept grinding away, and I thought it wasn't too bad a win. We didn't think he'd handle the wet, so we've got couple of bonuses.
Yeah, he does seem to be pretty effective fresh.
Yeah, he trialled Tuesday at Warwick and behind Steady Ready and trialled really good, but we thought we were a bit keen, but when it was wet, well, everything was thrown out the door. We didn't think he'd handle it, so...
Well, he hadn't raced on a heavy track previously, had he?
No, he hadn't raced on a heavy, but soft tracks, but, well, he has now, so we've 2 bonuses. One, and he likes the wet.
Yeah, he's ticked that box for sure. You're obviously having a really nice carnival so far with Tavs and this guy.
Yeah, no, everything seems to be going good. There are a couple of nice horses, and it's good to have a couple in your stable that can win down here.
Nice to have Mr. Craig Williams on board as well.
Very nice. Very nice.
Did you dare to give him any instructions?
What do you think?
No.
No.
Well done.
Thanks very much.
Alrighty, we'll have a quick chat with winning jockey Craig Williams shortly. He is just weighing in to make sure everything is in order, re the win with Harbour Master and get his thoughts on the win. He obviously found the right part of the track. You'll notice those first 4 past the post were right out, sort of sharing the middle part of the track. Yeah, big lead bag.
You've got to see sometimes valets. Hey, Will.
Your valet, yes, doing a good job.
Will does such a good job with all my valets, Patrick, Ethan, Rodney, but
how many valets do you have?
1 per meeting. I wear them out pretty quick, obviously, but very grateful for their contribution, their support to my ambitions, my goals, and my career.
And I'm sure it's lots of fun for them in there.
He said it's not a very good day for valets today with the weather being like it is.
Heavy track, lots of mud.
He's a great. They're all great. Motivational young kids. They're grateful for everything they have, and he said it can always be worse.
Indeed. So tell us about Harbour Master.
He was presented really well first up today. Question mark was the ground. Question mark was what type of position we get from an awkward barrier draw, and he handled the ground no problem. We got cover behind the horse that we just beat in the end, and he was quite dominant late. He really had his will to win today.
We noticed that pretty much the entire field spread across the track in that race, so they were having a crack at that inside. Do you think it's sort of advantageous to be in the middle?
Well, I didn't have a choice of where to get. I just had to get cover. I thought if I get 3 wide cover good, I end up being 3-4 wide with cover. So I didn't have an option. But my horse was really good and strong, and it might have been just the way the races ran. We've had 2 races down, but no doubt with this type of continual rain and wear and tear, there usually is sometimes a bit of a pattern later on.
7, 15 and 12.
All right, could be a bit of a warm-up for a few heading towards the Brisbane Cup, perhaps, Anthony?
Yeah, well, I can tell you that immediacy here, Bernie, this is completely out the gate. They don't want it at all. What price do you want immediacy? Because you can get whatever price you like. It's currently $6, but a massive drifter. Dillion's been the big firmer, as much as $11 earlier today, into $6. Now $5.50, in fact, so Dillion's going to run your favourite. Flying Bandit just a little bit soft late, out to $7. Campbell-Dino's at $8. Etna Ross is at $9. We have laid Star Vega down the bottom there at $26, but Dillion's been the best backed here late, and immediacy, you can get whatever price you like by the time they jump this.
Master to win.
Go for the locals, so let's see if he can turn up today. There is Manzois, and here's David.
Immediacy off the inside and Warp Speed began quite well with Dark Destroyer and Strathtay. He's a shocker easing behind them. Here are movers out wide. Artful Girl coming across with Dillian. Campbell-Dino, the widest runner. Etna Rosso in that bunch. Just a bit worse than midfield. Then Nickau Spur, Star Vega, the rail. Followed by Nereus, Flying Bandit. He's fourth last down the straight the first time. Manzois went from the outside barrier to near the fence third last. Mr. Walkerville second last. And last year's Brisbane Cup winner Allegron settles last of the 16. So they wend their way out of the straight now with just over 1,800 left to run. And the Kiwi Dark Destroyer takes it up. Campbell-Dino comes across steadily to now sit second, one off the rail. Artful Girl third, and the one-time favourite Immediacy is fourth on the fence. Two to Warp Speed outside of Strathtay, lying sixth on the rail. And Etna Rosso, midfield and three deep. Dillian, the best back runner in those red colours, centre field, one away from the rail. Star Vega over on the fence, and then Nickau Spur. Three wide with cover as they head towards the 1,400 metres. He's a shocker, was a long way back, and then came Nereus, Flying Bandit. Fourth last inside of Mr. Walkerville. Then came Manzois, and Allegron whips them in, 15 off the lead. Along the back straight of these gloomy conditions, 1,200 left to run, and Dark Destroyer picks them up and puts them down in pretty handy fashion. Leads Campbell-Dino, trailing by a length and a half. Immediacy getting a good run in third, and Artful Girl is fourth. Two to Strathtay inside of Warp Speed, little change to the order. Etna Rosso, three wide from the get-go. Over on the inside was, as they head to the side of the track, Star Vega. Dillian split the pair. Nickau Spur still trailing in the three wide line. Then He's a Shocker. Nereus buried on the rail. Mr. Walkerville, Flying Bandit, Manzois, and Allegron sees them all. 700 left to run, and Dark Destroyer leads the way still by one length, but Campbell-Dino now getting closer. Artful Girl, a real long shot, moving up three wide. Four wide Etna Rosso. Nickau Spur, five wide. Getting up behind them was Star Vega with Nereus. Immediacy comes away from the rail in some traffic still. Nickau Spur, the widest runner. He's a Shocker. Mr. Walkerville are trying to work into it. Down the home straight now. 300 left to run, and Campbell-Dino reached the lead. Nickau Spur, the local, coming after it gamely. Etna Rosso boxing away. I don't say they're the chances, but Campbell-Dino, handling the heavenly conditions superbly, is the leader, showing no signs of weakening. Etna Rosso and Nickau Spur battle out second and third, but Campbell-Dino won the Queen Elizabeth Second Cup, beat home Etna Rosso. Nickau Spur, Warp Speed, or He's a Shocker for the fourth. Then Flying Bandit, Manzois, Dillian, Mr. Walkerville, Artful Girl, Star Vega, Dark Destroyer. Immediacy dropped out, then Strathtay, Allegron, Manzois and Nereus last over the line.
Campbell-Dino up on the pace there for Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott, ridden by Tim Clark. Etna Rosso, Nickau Spur, and I think fourth will go to number 13, a gallant run by Warp Speed. Ronnie?
Yeah, look, he's the new brigade. He's a 4-year-old, just out of benchmark 78 class, but this stable can get them, once they get these stayers and they run them on speed, it's the old, Tulloch Lodge bone and muscle, really, that really come to the fore there. So you've got to give it to him. He's measured up to the open class horses at Etna Rosso and Nickau Spur. Back to the 2400 was very good there as well. The gap to the rest. So you've got to give it to him. Did it both ends and won impressively.
Yeah, Campbell-Dino getting the money at only start number 13. That's his fifth win, so he's got some terrific racing ahead of him by the looks of it. That's the head-on Vision Imber Straight. It'll be interesting to see what their last split was, the last 600 there, but that was certainly run in very, very gloomy conditions. But there are the placings, 14, 5, 4 and 13. I think Manzois wasn't that far away, and a couple might have had some excuses there on that very wet track. So there are the placings, 14, 5, 4 and 13 after the third at Eagle Farm. Here's Kembler.
All right. right, Kay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott take out the third here with a very nice up-and-coming stayer in Calpadino. So Adrian is the fortunate one out in the weather here today. Well done.
Yeah, look, nice effort from the horse today. Thought he'd relish the conditions, which he was able to do. He brings over some good New Zealand form, particularly in those conditions. So being a progressive horse, he's starting to put it all together now. There's more upside there, and he's racing with a bit of confidence.
Yeah, he's only 4. He's ticked the 2,400 metre box. Are you pressing on to the Brisbane Cup?
Yeah, look, I think we'll have to off the back of that. I think he's got the ability to stay further. As I said, just want to take advantage while he's in this form. I think there's more upside, and why not look at it?
Where did you put him in the mix of things here today? I mean, obviously only start number 13.
Yeah, look, in fairness, came up with a lot of confidence the way he'd been working since his last run, and the way he's been all the preparation. And then when the rain came, it continued to fill us with confidence. A little bit sort of a sticky draw there, but when Tim was sort of able to get him outside the lead with sort of relatively little work, and they were able to control the race from that point, was pretty confident throughout the run. He looked to travel pretty well.
Yeah, it was a sweet spot to be in for sure.
Yeah, lovely ride by Tim. He knows the horse well, and executed very well.
He's just the master, the TC, and you guys are just such a perfect match.
He certainly enjoys it up here.
Well done.
Thanks very much.
Let's have a chat to our winning jockey, Timmy Clark, now. And, that was where you wanted to be throughout that race. You're quite clean.
Yeah, hopefully try and stay that way for the rest of the day. So he made a really big leap there, coming from midweeks, but horse has just been going so well that we're confident that he'd take that step, and he's just been a different horse since Adrian took the blinkers off him. He was just wanting to overdo it. With the blinkers off, he relaxes really well, conserves his energy, and that was a really dominant performance there.
Completely dominant, a rising 5-year-old, lightly raced, goes to 2 miles next start.
Yeah, as I said, the way he's relaxing in his races is the key, and I'm sure over the 2 miles he'll do the same, and that'll allow him to have a good finish.
Any surface seems to be a go as well.
Yeah, for sure. He's very versatile, and it's a lightly raced horse on the rise.
Well done.
Thank you.
We're just about ready to go, Mardo, for the 4th. Here's Banker's Choice coming up. Jenny Lala, the last one to move in. So just about set to go. Jenny Lala goes up. Starter turns on the red light, picks up the button. They're set. Tavi Time, the favourite. Racing. Tavi Time began as well as anything, but Jenny Lala, the jockey, has one intention, go forward lead, and that he did. Jenny Lala on the 7-day backup, scoots away with the blinkers back on, open up an early break of 3 lengths. Banker's Choice rolls up to be second, New Endeavour settling third. Then about 3 to Tavi Time, the favourite, 4th one off the rail. Over on the outside of Brookhaven, and the last pair, Regal Asmon and the Stayer Mission of Love. Travelling inside the 1,400 metres, and Jenny Lala now steadied, comes back to them and leads by a length and a half to Banker's Choice. He travels in a clear second position. 2.5 away third was New Endeavour, and I'd suggest the pace is genuine. About 3 then to Tavi Time, just rocking along in 4th, 1 behind him, Brookhaven. A length Regal Asmon, and 1 away last was Mission of Love, spotting the leader Jenny Lala 8 lengths. At the back bend, short of 1,000 left to run, and Jenny Lala today making every post a winning post. Again starts to increase the speed and leads by 2, but Banker's Choice sticking well with her. In fact, make that margin now about 1.25 lengths as they went by the 800 metres. 3 away New Endeavour in a clear third, then 3 to Tavi Time. McDonald starting to move on the favourite now as they approach the 600 metres. Then Brookhaven, Regal Asmon and Mission of Love under pressure, whips them in. Up to the turn with 500 left to run. They steer away from the inside. Jenny Lala led, but quickly tackled by Banker's Choice. And the rising 8-year-old swept to the front. After him, gamely now was New Endeavour. Tavi Time being called upon. It's time to go. The others struggling, headed by Brookhaven. Banker's Choice, New Endeavour on the outside. Went up and hit the lead. Tavi Time now comes after New Endeavour, and that's the race. 150 to go. New Endeavour in front. Tavi Time can't get him. New Endeavour going further ahead, and New Endeavour won the Lord Mayor's Cup. Beat home Tavi Time. 3rd Banker's Choice, 4th Regal Asmon, then Brookhaven, Mission of Love, and Jenny Lala last over the line.
Well, he's done it. He's cracked it for his first win in Australia. Waterhouse spot, Tim Clark, 361.80. Tabby Time, Banker's Choice, Regal Asmon. So 5-1, 3 and 2. Tabby Time, Ronnie, did loom large turning into the straight, but it wasn't to be.
No, it wasn't. You would have thought he had him covered, but he's a good, fit, hard horse now, this horse, and back in distance off a brutal test. Jenny Lala, I was wondering what Jenny that was that took off in front there, but felt the pinch late and dropped off. But look, he deserved that. He's been around the mark. He's been unlucky a few times. Loved the conditions here today and was too good for Tabby Time, who appeared to have his chance after looming up there. And Banker's Choice, first up for a while, is stuck on okay.
Yeah, fitness certainly on his side there, New Endeavour, with his last couple of runs over 2,000 and 2,100 in the Gosford Cup. Where he was on a rain-affected track as well. So that toughness certainly stood him in good stead there. Bernie, we're looking at them turning into the straight. Jenny Lala led it a gallop, strong gallop, and she was struggling before the home turn. But we can see these two on the outside. New Endeavour, the eventual winner, being challenged by Tabby Time. He's just shifting out a little bit over the final part, but Tabby certainly had his chance.
Well, he did, Maxie, and it was all about this fella. And how often do you see these horses coming back in trip on heavy tracks win? Adrian, well done.
Yeah, look, he had that nice conditioning for today. He's obviously sort of quite deep into his prep. Does really relish the conditions. Was confident with that, but no doubt the better setup. Maybe a strong 2,000 does just see him out. So was happy to bring him back today, but. Quite incredible to think this is his first Australian win. He's been promising so much, and 12 months ago he was knocking on the doors in a Group 1, so very deserving.
And is that where you think he can head back to again?
Yeah, look, I think he can get there in some point in time. What we do after today, we'll just wanted to get today's run over with and see what he produced. So we'll have a look and see what options we've got coming up for him and make an assessment off the back of today.
Nice job, well done.
Thanks very much.
All right, here he is again, Timmy Clark on New Endeavour, and you're in that right spot yet again, ready to pounce on straightening.
Yeah, he got a lovely run throughout. The speed was beautiful for him, and obviously he went so close to winning a couple of nice races this carnival last year, and it's good to see him finally get that win in Australia, and it was very much well deserved.
Just say to Adrian, these horses coming back in trip on heavy tracks are always winners, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got that added fitness, don't they? And it's just nice to see him put a margin in him late too, just to, hopefully he gets plenty of confidence out of today's win.
Spun around in the barrier, and so it was all caused through something out wide, I'm sure, that may have just made a noise, and that's just caused mayhem. But we're back on track and they're moving in, Bern.
All right, Maxie, Prince Tycoon was the other late scratching. Gallo Nero looked to be not even turning a hair behind the barriers.
No, and he's actually been very well backed. Prince Tycoon was around $11. He's come out of the market, but very good support in the last few minutes for Gallo Nero.
All right, let's get to Anthony for a quick market update here for the sires.
Okay, so 370 about your favourite Gallo Nero. So he's just trimmed up a little bit in the last few minutes since those other two horses have come out. 370, it's the favourite. And Cool Archie, continued support. It's now as short as $7, but continued support all week for Cool Archie. And we know he loves the wet conditions, Bernie.
Oh, yes, he does indeed. Cool Archie is 2 from 2 on heavy tracks. So let's hope there's some good safe riding out there. This rain has been relentless. Here's David Fowler.
Ready at last for the Size Produce $1 million Group 2 feature event. All set. Racing. High Barbie might have missed it by a length. Farnacle began well, and Gallo Nero, the favourite, was beautifully away. Beskar third on settling down. Brave Design pushing forward off the wide gate, and will give Halfpenny Hatch fifth in the first call. Aerodrome in sixth. United States 3 out, and Grafter Murders 4 wide in the middle of the field. Call Da Vinci over on the inside, then Talk to Be Sure, Callio. Better Luck next time, High Barbie, and Cool Archie. He finds himself in last position, but they're tightly bunched as they move to the side. 900 left to Rana. Brave Design pushing on, having a tough run, goes alongside Farnacle. Berry's got Gallo Nero in a beaut spot, third at the 800 metres. United States fourth and wide, fifth to the inside was Beskar. Then Aerodrome navigating into the 3 wide path, followed by Halfpenny Hatch, Callio to the inside. Grafter Murders about 5 off the lead, then Call Da Vinci, followed by High Barbie. Cool Archie trying to make ground, but he's still third last at the turn, with Better Luck next time and Call to Be Sure, or Talk to Be Sure, the last pair. Fully homeward bound now, 400 left left Arana, and Brave Design led from Farnicle. They're matching motors. They're battling it out in front from Besker under pressure. Gallo Nero coming off the bed. Let's look for the backmarkers. Here's Cool Archie starting to wind up, and Grafter Burners and Call Da Vinci right down the outside, but Cool Archie is coming at top speed. Farnicle and Brave Design. Here's Archie. Cool Archie, 50 to go. Race to the lead. More group glory for Cool Archie. He just keeps on winning. He beats home Farnicle, Call Da Vinci and Brave Design. Then Talk to Me Sure, Grafter Burners, followed by, at the head of the others, Callio, then Aerodrome. Well back was Gallo Nero, who faded out of it. Better Luck Next Time, United States, Besker, Halfpenny Hatch, and High Barbie last of all. They cannot stop Cool Archie.
Cannot stop him. Where did he come from? Well, last time I looked at him, Ronnie, he was back amongst the cap catchers in a very, very awkward position.
He was in an impossible position. He was in trouble the whole race. He may have missed the start or something, and then he's climbing hills, and you take your eyes off him. So, well, he can't win. He's out of play, and it's very hard to make ground here, I thought. But he's just in rare form. They took the blinkers off today, and he's been just as good. So he's obviously just been so underrated all the way through.
And loving the wet tracks, no doubt about that. 19 Farnicle will get second. I think Call Da Vinci third, just ahead of Brave Design. We need to head to Kembla.
Righto, Maxie, thank you for that. Yeah, big win to Cool Archie there in the size at Eagle Farm. As half the field starting to load here at Kembla Grange.
Oh, what an outstanding win here. 14 months. Both of you come on in. A Group 2 with this horse, Cool Archie, who just keeps turning up. Who's first? Corey first.
Oh, what an amazing run. He's never been that far back, I don't think, in his career. And we were confident coming today. Just taking the blinkers off was probably the key there, and that was all due to Martin. He was spot on, 110% right, but he loves a wet track. The 1400 he relished, and on that you'd have to say he runs a mile.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's going to be exciting in the JJ. Muncie, it still looked an ugly position to be in. What happened at the start? Was he slow out again?
Well, I don't know. I think he actually jumped her right. I think Martin wanted to save a bit of energy, so... But he wasn't too fussed on getting in close to the rail, which was probably a winning move. And I just like the way the horse kept coming. So the mile's definitely not going to be an issue. The way he went there today, everybody was a bit sceptical that he would. But on what we've seen today, there's no doubt he's improved from the other day in the Spirit of Boom. He's improved from that to here today.
What were you thinking at the 600? I mean, he was obviously travelling well, but he was just in an ugly spot.
Yeah, very ugly, very ugly. But when everything fanned, he was lucky enough to get the right breaks and the right runs through, and the horse took advantage of it.
He's a superior wet tracker, isn't he?
Loves it. He loves it. Yeah, no, he does. It was funny, early days, Martin didn't think he'd handle the wet, so that's probably the only thing he's got wrong.
Indeed. Well done. And Corey, how exciting to be heading towards a Group 1.
It's very, very exciting. We had one a couple of weeks ago, another one today, and another one in 2 weeks. So, well, actually, next week as well, too.
Well done, Team Munts.
Thanks, Bernie.
Well, he might be covered in mud, but this Irishman does not care. Well done here on Cool Archie.
Yeah, no, thank you, Bernie. Listen, as we know, he wears his heart in his sleeve. Keeps improving run to run. Blinkers off today, relaxed, beautiful. You know, on very hard conditions. Travelled through, and by God, the will he has to win's unbelievable.
Yeah, we were sort of looking at you at the 700 thinking, oh, it's a bit of an ugly spot. And then at the 600 we're thinking, it might be ugly, but geez, you're travelling.
Bit like myself, Bernie. I'm not the best looking bloke in the world, but got a heart of gold.
Absolutely heart of gold, but he streaked away.
Absolutely. When he got into clear running down the straight, obviously I was happy to come middle of stand side. And yeah, will he get 1,600 metres? Yes, he will, Bernie.
Well, you've been right every time so far, so I'm going to believe you. Well done.
Fingers crossed. Thank you.
All right, back live now. Chief Steward Josh Adams joins me for a chat, and obviously we've just been hammered with rain here. What is happening?
Yeah, unfortunately we had that delay after the size, and that downpour left that visibility issues for the riding group. We don't have a problem with the track. We actually think it's a genuine heavy 10, but the visibility was becoming a concern for the riding group. So due to safety reasons, we have postponed the remainder of the card. We'll work with Racing Queensland to see when we can reschedule those races, but horse and rider safety is paramount. So I think in the end, we'll see if we can get these races postponed to later on the week.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably a good move. I mean, it's always added to the already sort of danger factor that jockeys face out there, and it's just been relentless, hasn't it?
It has. It's been unfortunate. Winter Carnival here, we have had rain consistently through, so hopefully, that the remainder of the card can be run in more pleasant conditions during the week.